Hello again, back for day 2 of trying to solve the advent of code with Codex. Today we're trying with Python, and the challenge is to take instructions of the moving of the submarine and then kind of see what is the area under the graph of it. So multiply your final position x and y, and whatever you get as the produce, this is the answer. And so let's take the input, and first let's remember that yesterday we found out that it's nicer to try with the example input. So we'll do that today. And let's see how can we explain the instructions to the code in the best way. So I will copy paste like this and add that in here. And I will also, actually I will just copy paste the whole thing and see if it starts well. So I'm going to add a lot of space for the response. I'm going to ask for the Python syntax highlighting, and I will look up how to do comments in Python because I forget. So learn Python, there it is. So comments are with a pound. I knew that. So let's add that everywhere. And I expected to start with adding some more information rather than adding some code, and that's okay. We saw that yesterday. And let's see. Interestingly enough, it knows about our gold stars, but that's actually not what we need. So I will delete all the way until here, and I will just keep the import. And we'll try again. So it expects me to have this file called input.txt, so I will make sure to copy my input into that file. So first I have this, and I will add a second file. I'll call it input.txt, into which I'm going to only copy this. Later on, I will copy the whole thing. Whoops, no new files, and so 150 is the correct answer. I wonder if this is what it should be, or just because it got this in here. But there's only one way to find out. Let's copy the whole input this time. And let's click run. And let's take this number and add that as a solution. See if that's right. That's the right answer. Well, that was unexpected. I expected I'll have to do a little more of explanation, but it seems like this code was perfectly, or sorry, these instructions were perfectly explained for the AI. Kudos to you. So some interesting content that we can add to this unexpected short video is how does one continue after you have your prompt prepared. And the easy thing that you can do is click on view code, and then basically it turns your input into a post command. Then you can integrate that into your code. And for the API key, you have the guide in the developer quick start. There's a whole section of documentation which is written pretty well. And write your code whatever way you want it. So if it's a website, for example, that does, or some program that runs locally, and then just copy the whole thing as a post command. And this is the input that you need for the AI part of it. Thanks for joining for one more fun day of the Advent calendar of Advents of Code, and see you tomorrow.